gentle people, and welcome to another Sparrow Art Vibes video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I decorate the serving tools that come with this particular board. I was at a vendor event over the weekend selling these, and someone asked me, how do I decorate the actual cheese knives? If you look at this image, the way these knives are done, they just put acrylic paint or resin right on the top of their knives. I have a preference to have the color flow over the edge of my knives because I think it gives a more finished and professional look. So I'm going to show you how I actually achieve that look. So I always present my materials in the order that I use them. So of course we need the board. I always, when I'm doing wood, use a gesso primer. Again, I put the gesso on, one, to make sure that the wood does not show through, and although gesso is not technically a sealer, it does sort of seal the wood. We of course need tape in order to put on the back side. Need a paintbrush for the gesso. I am going to be using these Montmartre pouring acrylic paint. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that I usually add the Floetrol to my acrylic paint to help it flow. But this Montmartre pouring acrylic paint already has whatever it needs to help it flow smoothly. And this is not a typical color combination. This is not really a color combination that I would probably put together, but since it came packaged like this, I said, what the heck, let's go ahead and use it. So the colors in this kit are coral, orange, Shiraz, which is more like a magenta, and bronze. So those are going to be the four colors that I will be using for this. Of course, I'm going to be doing the designs using the balloon. So we need our balloon. And then once the acrylic paint dries, we'll then seal everything in resin. And so that's the Craft Smart Part A resin, Craft Smart Part B. We need a measuring cup, we need a stir stick, we need some nitro gloves, and I believe that's it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get rid of this packaging. Wow, this is double wrapped. Look at that. Okay, so starting with this knife, we're just going to wrap the bottom right around this metal rim. And you don't have to cover the whole thing, you just need that bottom part covered. And be careful handling these. These are quite sharp, so you don't want to cut yourself. Tape that tightly around that edge. And I'm big on recycling, so I'm using old tape. that I used on my last cutting board project. Okay. That's what you need. And then you're going to place a piece of tape along the back side, and you're going to run your fingers along that edge, and then you're going to take a nice sharp razor and you're going to trim right along that line. Well, I guess my razor is not as sharp as I thought it was. Oop, there we go. And then take your razor and just clean that edge off a little bit. Okay, and smooth that down. So that knife is ready. And this way when we cover, we're covering not just the top, but we're doing the sides. Apply that. Run your fingers along to shape that, and then you can trim it. And be aware that these have a front and a back. Let me show you. This does not fit like that. That does not fit turned that way. That fits turned that way. So you want to make sure that this is the side that you're going to paint. So you're going to be taping the opposite side. Be aware of that. You don't want to go and paint the wrong side. Run your fingers along there to get that shape. Always want a sharp razor so you don't have to go through what I'm going through right now. This is not a good thing. Alright, there we go. So now that these have been taped on the back side, we're going to prime them with the gesso. This is especially important if you're using light colors because again, you don't want the wood to show through. I see a lot of products sold on Etsy where you can actually see the wood grain through the paint. That's very unattractive, very amateurish. Okay, so we're going to let those, ooh, got my fingers in that. We're going to let that dry for about an hour or so, and then we'll come back and we'll blow up our balloon and we will add our design. Okay, I'm back. And so now we're just going to take these odd colors and we are going to press these onto our knives. So I'm just going to put a drop of the magenta, 2 drops of the gold, drop of the orange. And this balloon is already colored because I did the charcuterie board already. So we're just going to dip this in here, and then we're going to just press that against the side like that, against the side like that. Cups just to be able to set that down. Let's do another drop. For the top, let's do there. So copper. I think I want more copper in this, so I'm just going to put a drop of copper on there and just press that out. Oops. I think I like that better. That one. Again, we're going to pop that in there. And the balloon flexes, so it's easy to roll the balloon around the edges. And when you roll it, you'll see that you get some little lines of texture. And if you don't like your design, just press over it again. But I think that's a little bit more. There we go. And we're just going to set these here. Set those there to dry. And that bronze will be very pretty. And so what I'm going to do with this tile is just dab some more on here. Be like a little trivet. Okay, so that's it. We'll just let that dry. Then tomorrow, peel the tape off and put a clear coat of resin on to seal it. Alrighty, we are the next day. This is all dry. And so now we just need to mix the clear coat to just seal this. I am mixing 60, a total of 60 milliliters. You only need 20, but I'm doing 60 because I'm also going to do the board. So here we go with 30 of part A. Actually, I said that wrong. That was part B. This is part A. 30 of part A. Just move these. Craft Smart is always mixed for 5 minutes. So I'm hitting the timer. And then I'm going to put this on fast forward so you don't have to watch me stir. Okay, so now what we are going to do is just put resin. Oops. Okay, so now all we're going to do is put resin over the paint. And this will protect the integrity of the design. And make sure that you run your resin right down to the edge. And again, I just happen to think it looks so much nicer when the color goes over the edge and runs down the sides of your handles. It takes a little bit longer, not a whole lot longer. It takes a little bit longer, but I think the finished product is just superior in its appearance. Actually, there's a little spot there that I could have touched up with a marker, with a permanent marker, but I didn't notice it, so it's too late now. I'm also going to just put some resin on the top of this trivet. Notice I didn't take the bottom of this because this resin is not going to be running off the edges. We're just doing the top. Or at least it shouldn't run off the edge, let me say that. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, this is done. We just need to let this dry. And I'm going to go ahead and add resin to the board. So I will fast forward through this part of the video. Ooh. Heat gun to pop any air bubbles. Alrighty, I am back and I'm touching this and all of this seems to be dry. So we're going to go ahead, everything's dry, so we're going to go ahead and take the tape off of these. So let's just that came right off. Look at that. removing the tape. And then this one came right off. This one will have to be heated. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to just run it across this to loosen this resin around these edges. Good. And the same with this one. We'll start it with the razor blade. Okay, so I've got some resin here that we're just going to take our cuticle cutter and remove. And while you can sand this edge by hand, I'm actually going to use my electric sander only because it's so much faster. And just you can see the white, some of the white primer showing, so we're just going to sand that off. And then if you look closely, you can see, let me see if the light hits it, a little bit of the paint along the top edge. So we're just going to score that. We're just going to score that with the razor blade. And then just peel that right up. Actually need to be sitting down, oops, to do that. I have almost in, you almost can't see. I can see it, you probably wouldn't notice it, but just a little bit of white showing here. There. I think I'll use pink on this one. Ooh. Okay. The board has already been, the tape has been removed from the board. The edges on the board have all been sanded. This is nice and finished. And so this is how this will actually look. Voila.